What's up? What's up? What's up?
Good afternoon, everyone. Let's look at some news, right? I hope that everybody paid attention to what I was writing. It is really important for you to understand that you want to make it. No matter how many times you think you are going to fail, you're going to make it. Let me just get my stuff kind of set up here. One second.
Junior.
Shante, what?
Don't be
Yes.
don't be mean. I need you to copy that and send it to me in Telegram, please.
Copy that? Okay, I got
Thank
you.
you.
Do you want it now or?
No, just whenever. Just make sure you don't close it. No, but you can do it later. After
Okay,
this.
all right, I'll keep it up. Okay. Now, what am I talking about again? Oh, news. All right, let's look at some AUD news, right? Yeah. Okay. AUD, NZD. So let's first look at Forex Factor, right? AUD news is at 6:30. Just about 25 minutes from now. It is one red folder. It could move the market, or it might not. We'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, so we'll be waiting for 25 minutes, kind of viewing what's going to happen. What is going to happen in the market? So anything dealing with gross domestic product, it's just dealing with goods, right? Products and services being sold from country to country, pretty much, or and or produced. So actual greater than forecast, meaning buy. So let's look at the live currency meter. Let's look at the chat. Hey, what's up, Miguel? Your day is going great. Yeah, all right, so all right. So as of now, AUD currency isn't strong. I mean, it's more like medium-ish. So nothing's going to happen right now. We're just going to have to wait on that. We'll just have to wait on that, right? GBP pairs are strong right now. Euro pair is strengthening. USD is strengthening. AUD is what we want to see as strengthening so we can get into a trade. CHF, NZD, JPY, those are weakening, or those are weak because they are red. Right? I don't know if we have any new people on here, but if we do, what this is, it tells you what it really is. Just look at the top. The currency strength meter. It just tells you the strength of the currency every second or every time you reload it. If I'm not mistaken, I believe these update every so often. So, but what I like to do is reload the page every so often to get the best update on that currency pair or currency. So looking at AUD, NZD, looking at AUD, NZD. Let's see. Right now, you can see the cloud is to the right, right? Looks like a buy, but it is doing a pullback, going through a pullback, right? Let's look at AUD, CHF. See if we can find that pair. Okay, AUD, CHF. It's like a tight race between what's going to cross. Either the red is going to cross below the blue, or the blue is going to cross below the red. But what I can see is, since it already made that initial cross right at 0.67483, it's that buy. And then also, if you see to the, if you look to the right of the cloud, right of the candlesticks, you see that the cloud is, forming an uptrend. So when news comes out, keep that in mind. AUDCHF, right? Keep that in mind. But I had some sticky notes. Yeah. So AUDCHF, put that in the back of your mind. We might possibly get in the trade. Or if you're already in the trade, you can just look at my analyzation of it, right? So AUDCHF, let's look at AUD-USD. Since the USD pair is, okay. Something's happening, because that's why I tell you have to update these, almost every second. So GBP was just thrown, and the USD pair was just thrown, USD currency. So, or USD dollar, okay. So let's look at AUD USD, right? Since AUD is strengthening, USD is weak, we can see USD. Okay. So similar to AUD CHF, it has done that initial cross below the cloud. Looking to the right of the candlesticks, you see that the cloud is forming an uptrend. So we can also possibly get in AUD USD. Right. Yes. All right, perfect. Oh, thanks, Miguel, for posting that. I appreciate that. I really do. Now, AUD USD. Now let's look at. Did we do Euro AUD? Let's look at Euro AUD. I don't even think it's going to happen right now. So for that sell, Euro AUD could possibly continue to sell. Let's see. Do I have any questions so far? That's really about it until 6:30, right? So we got about so many more minutes until that happens. So I'm not expecting the AUD pairs to move in a volatile way, because it's only one red folder. But it wouldn't surprise me if it did move volatile way, because most of today has been a market sell-off. What a market sell-off means is that the market is selling. I mean, many pairs are selling at the same time, right? Like US 30 was selling today. The Dow was selling. The Germany 30 was selling today, if I'm not mistaken. Then gold was buying, and oil was selling. There's so many pairs that correlate with each other. So you just have to be aware of that. What do you think about USD JPY? Anything on, okay, so anything on GBP AUD? Let me look at GBP AUD right now. And then I'll look at UJ. So let's look at the cloud, right? So this right here, it is showing a downtrend. but it is not. So that this is what I call a blocky, like a block cloud, right? It's not really showing a direct trend, even though the cloud is red. It's not showing a complete downtrend of the cloud. So with GA, I mean, I could see it selling, but I don't know. We'll just have to look at GA. Just keep reminding me of that, and I'll look back at that. GA. UJ. Let's look at UJ. USD, JPY. Oh, so USD JPY is doing a. Well, you know what? I don't know about USD JPY, right? Y'all see USD JPY, right? So on the 15-minute, it looks like it's going to change. The trend is going to change. But then again, you look at the cloud, it's saying buy. It hasn't yet broke out of the cloud just yet. Let's look at the hour. I usually don't do this, but I'm going to put a moving average, right? Just because I love moving averages. That's just extra confirmation that I use. So let's look at the, let's call it the 50. Right, everybody's familiar with the 50 average. Apply it to open, and it is orange. Okay, so let's look at the orange line. What it looks like to me is that UJ could be a buy in an hour or so, or 15 minutes or so. Right. So let's zoom in. Zoom in. So I will wait on UJ. On the lines. All right, perfect. So if we see these lines cross, well, before we even get to the lines, let's look at something. Let's look at this. Right. Does anybody know what this is forming? Right. These candles are trend changing candles, but does anybody know what kind of trend changing candles they are? Some call it morning star, some call it many things. But so in order to kind of perfect, I know a long time ago, not too long ago, but quite a while ago, somebody had asked me, how do you know when to get into a trade? Right? And I said the TK cross. But then they really wasn't talking about that. They were really talking about how would I, even think to get into a trade, right? Without indicator or something like that, right? So let's look up some trend changing candles. Right? They're popular ones out there. All right, y'all see my screen? Perfect. All right, so let's look at some popular trend. So this right here, let's look at this one. Right? A doji candle, right? So if we go to the chart, look at UJ, doesn't that look like a doji candle, right? Can y'all see that? That doji candle. And also another doji candle, right? They're not always going to be perfect, but yeah. So expect UJ to, you know, I don't know. So if it passes the, the blue line right here, right? You got the Kitchen and the Tinkerton. So if it passes, the blue line, expect it to probably, I base my take profits and stop losses, on like the cloud itself, right? So you could very well see UJ going right here, right? You can see UJ going right here. We'll just have to wait it out, right? I don't think it's going to be a direct trend changer, which it did break out of its normal uptrend, right, for that sell. But it has to correct itself. This right here is due for a correction, right? Because overall, 4 hour. Overall, it's an uptrend. How do you get your cloud to look like that? So yeah, stubborn. So what do you mean? How do I get my cloud to look like that? Are you saying how do I get my cloud to show the TK crosses where the purple and the yellow arrows show up? Cloud settings. They're the same settings, but this is a special cloud, right? But let me show you what I mean, right? If I can command. All right, move on. So, if you go to Strategy Tester and you go to Indicators and Strategies, it's exactly how you have to put it in order to get this. Okay, this is Dr. Kathy's cloud herself. So you have to put in capital D, capital R, period. And then at the top, you'll see Dr. Kathy's Ichimoku Cloud 1.0. It is already configured. You just press it, boom, there you go. Y'all got that? Right. Let me know if you have that. Yeah. Because sometimes when you're in a trade, sometimes the TK crosses can be, so close to each other to the point where you don't know whether it's going to sell or buy. So what this does, it actually tells you if it's going to, it's an uptrend or if it's going into a buy or sell. All right, no problem. So let's look at GBP. Y'all sure like the Japanese yen, don't y'all? Got it, thank you. I can see the chart spread like that. Yeah, love this cloud. All right, let's look at GJ. Why y'all like the Japanese? Don't know. Nothing happens in Japan. Nothing happens in Japan. Nothing happens in Japan. Nothing happens in Australia. Nothing happens in New Zealand. But yet, we'll be having red for the news. Can I look at GR30? Yeah, I can look at GR30. I don't trade GR30 a lot, so if you have input, feel free to add that, right? So GPJP. Okay, so I don't know what to tell you about GPJPY. You got all this consolidation from, so we first started seeing consolidation October 20th. It is now December 3rd. So this is a gap right in here. It has yet to come down. I've been looking for the GBP pairs to fill this gap for a long time. I lost faith in it. I'm like, you know what? I'm not fooling with you. I'm not. Because when you look at this, oh, this is the 4 hour. Never mind. Let's go to 15 minutes and let's really see what it's doing. All right, here we go. It's still consolidating. So did that drop? So notice when you see the market, having these drops right here, don't just think that the market isn't going to fill that gap. See that drop? You have to think a little different when it comes to, I don't know, you just have to think better than the average trader, right? I don't know, I can't explain it, but notice this drop and then notice it corrected itself. See that drop? So pretend that this isn't a candle. These aren't candles. Pretend that this is just a drop and you don't see any candles right here. It just dropped right here, boom, to right here, right? So what it did was it filled that gap. Can y'all understand that? Let me know if y'all can understand that concept. Because when you see a sharp spike, just like GR30 and US30, when you see, I always want to know this, when you see a sharp movement like this, don't just think that the market is just, the market is just going to, completely do its downtrend. Everything corrects itself. Everything. Everything has correction. Everything has to balance out itself. When you look at a trading, like, how did it do that? Why was there a gap? And then you go back a day later or two and it fills that gap. The market doesn't just doesn't do anything new, right? Nothing's new under the sun with the market. The market has been here forever, for a long time. So you have to think a little bit different when it comes to your trading style. Yes, I know you have the Ichimoku cloud, you have Dr. K's, cloud, right? ECC 11 strategy. Also, you have to be smart with it as well, right? Because you can use the cloud and you can also use your own understanding with the cloud as well. So just kind of keep that in mind when you're looking at something like this. Because it's smart money, right? There's a difference from being, smart and dumb, right? This is the smart way of trading, right? And so let's look at this right here. Okay, that wouldn't be necessarily considered a gap because it was following a direct trend. So with that, GJ, I'll look at the hour on it and see what we can come up with, and then I'll look at GR30. I haven't forgotten about you. All drawing tools. Okay, let's look at our GJ. My laptop, whatever, so move. Oh, so news is in 3 minutes, so we're about to start, So GJ is just consolidating right now, right? But let me take this moving average off and look at, see, it's just choppy. You don't even have a clear direction of this because the cloud isn't even showing a clear direction of what it can do, right? I mean, it's obviously going to sell. We just don't know when it's going to sell because the GBP pairs, according to the 4 hour, have been consolidating for quite a minute now. Quite a minute. But remember, this is a gap, right? This is a gap. This strong move. So don't think that forget it. We have to let's look at what's the DR30. Then we'll look at news because I'm all over this. What is it? Now? No. What's GER? What is that? Okay, here. 50 minutes. So by tomorrow, GR30 should buy, right? Look at this. Think smart. This is a gap. And what it has to do, it has to fill that gap because that is not a flowing trend. That is more like a sharp move to the downside. And when there's a sharp move to the downside, that is not a clear trend. So it has to come up in order to form a trend. Because if the market just keeps going down, you're going to look at the market like this doesn't even look like the market, right? Then the market is not going to do that. So expect the GR30 to continue up. Just don't know when, right? Just be aware of that. So news is in like 1 minute. The pairs I told y'all to possibly get in, I might can put you in any as we talked. All right, let's look at currency meeting. Let's reload it. So I might not put you in an AUD pair, but I might put you in something else. We'll just have to see. So news just hit. Let's look at AUD CHF. All right, let's see if it done anything. All right, and it done nothing. News came out and it done nothing at all. But how fast news affect the pair depends on how many folders there are. Because there's like 4 or 5 red folders in a row. You can have 400 to 500 pip gaps in the market, or 200 to 300, depending on how volatile that news is. The news, you can have a $4,000 account, and if you're in the wrong direction of it and you over leverage your account, your account can be gone in seconds. That's how fast news can move. That is how fast news can move. News will wipe out an account like instant. I mean instant. But you could be in the right direction, and then your account goes up, so in your favor. So let's look at AUD/USD. Yeah, I'm not going to put y'all in a trade. It's just not good of a news right now. It's just not good. Now, if it was 3 red pairs and then I had a clear direction of the trend, and yeah, I could put you in a potential trade. But I don't want y'all to get into a trade and then y'all accounts. Right? So even when it says greater than, it's different. So usually greater for currency is, I had to do some more knowledge on it. So when it is in an uptrend and it's great for currency, it's going to continue in an uptrend. When it's in a downtrend and it's actual less than, right? Usually greater than means buy, less than means sell. But sometimes you'll see the opposite, right? So that's why you just have to kind of do your analysis on the news, right? Not even on the news, like on that pair, right? You do your support and resistance, right? You do your trend lines, right? And most of the time, you don't even have to get the news when it comes out. You can get it actually after. So let's say that news came out at 7 p.m., okay? It moved the market tremendously, but you got in at 7:15. Well, sometimes the market moves better after the news, because what the news is setting up the market for something greater than what it usually is. or something lesser than it usually is. All right, does that make sense? If y'all have any questions, y'all can just DM me on Telegram, right? But yeah, that's what we can. Let's look at one more pair. GUI. Here we check GA. Yeah, GUPA. What are your thoughts for the red folders tomorrow? Give me a second on those red folders. So GA. So if it breaks above the cloud, expect it to continue, expect it to, buy. But let me do a simple trend line, right, to show you. That was near perfect, right? Bounce off of that line, right? So hit it once, twice. CGU, well, it kind of already did its move, right? GA. But this is more like a fake out move. So I expect GA to, let's look on the 5 minute as well. And it is going back down. Let's look at the hour. So TK cross on the hour for that sell, right? You see it right here, TK cross, and then you see this orange arrow pointing down, TK cross for the sell. So it is doing a pullback, but GA is a sell right now. So let's look at the red folders for tomorrow. My thoughts on the red folders. So I haven't been trading lately because it's been Thanksgiving break. Not even the break. It's just been, this Thanksgiving week, right? So I kind of been away from the markets, kind of enjoying family, right? So I haven't really been doing anything. Jesus. Let's look at non-farm employment change, right? Let's look at that. So this can either move the market one way or the other. It can either move the market in the buy, or it can move the market. It can either be bearish or bullish when it comes to non-farm employment change. Now let's look at CAD pairs. More hawkish, extra greater than, and then extra greater than. So with that being more hawkish on the CAD pairs, well, yeah, 2 CAD pairs. So one is hawkish and one is extra greater than. So since one says hawkish, you can expect the CAD pairs to buy. Hawkish means buy. And so for the USD, let's look at it. We have extra greater than, more hawkish, FOMC, member core speeds, and then core inventories, extra less than. So we can see USD pairs buying because FOMC, usually when people speak, usually the market moves into an uptrend. It also depends on who's speaking as well, because if you have President Trump on, if he's tweeting or he's, a press conference, he can either move the market, either positive or negative. Like today, the market was negative because a whole lot of, Trump dealings in China and, everything else. And you have Great Britain, so many things tied into them. So USD news could, potentially be a buy. So crude oil inventories, says actual less than. Usually that would be a sell, but if you look at US oil, it did that drop, which was, I believe, Thursday, last Thursday, or it was one day. I can't remember. But this is a drop, right? And it has to, it has to fill that gap, right? It has to fill that gap. I forgot what day this was. This was the 29th, right? It was Friday. Okay, it was Friday. Yep. So this was Friday. So I was actually in a sale right here. Thank God I got out. But it did drop that Friday. So this gradually it'll continue to go up. All right, let's look at some more. And then you have the governor or speaks for New Zealand, right? So we know that's more hawkish because people speak, and that is a red folder, right? That is a red folder. So you can really see that, probably shoot up into a buy. So let's look at retail sales. Retail sales really don't move the market a lot because it's just retail. It's just simple retail stores. Trade balance, not really going to do too much. It might because there are two red folders back to back at 6:30 tomorrow. So just keep an eye out for AUD. Yeah, that's what I got. That is what I got. Okay. So let's see if any other pairs moving. If not, then we'll get off. Let's see. Yeah, nothing's really happening. Let's look at ECHL. No problem. I do this for y'all. I want y'all to succeed. So AUDCHF says this is, I can see this being I can see this clearing this gap right there, right? See, this was a gap right here, right? Then the market corrected itself, going back down, cleared it, and then it has to clear itself once again into an uptrend, right? So that's all the market is doing, is just correcting itself, balancing out itself, right? Because you can catch these moves, you just have to get up at the appropriate times. And I'm not going to say the appropriate times, that's just on how y'all like to get up and trade, right? So that's all. I am about to get off and get ready for tonight and make this money, like everybody else should be, right? So I hope that your trading week goes as planned. I hope that you have a goal and you stick to it. And I hope it's feasible. I hope it's smart, specific, measurable, attainable, reasonable, time oriented. Miguel, I don't want to be you when I grow up. Let's take a minute and talk about Miguel right now. So Miguel, he will post, let's say Bitcoin, and he'll catch it. He won't let everybody else know that he'll do it on the slot, right? He catch all these pairs, right? He doesn't even let anybody know. That's all right, Miguel, I got you.
See, what happened was, hey man, I be posting my screenshots, man. I post my setups. I'm gonna tag you in the next setups I put on.
I got you. I know, right? He be catching all the money. We're over here struggling to get.
Trying to set me up. I appreciate you, man.
Thank you. All right, y'all have a great trading week, and I'll see y'all next time.